Hello, Woodstock Tell-a-vision viewers. Tell us what your vision is. Call 679-777. So, for tonight's show, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on locally right now, which the farmers market is going to be having its last Wednesday, next Wednesday. And it's been a really great thing that the town actually got together, which was a really nice thing to experience. For once, everyone came together and agreed. After, going to court and writing contracts and stuff, they actually managed to do it. And it's been really successful, and they've had really great produce. And I've been doing massage therapy there, actually. And I traded, actually, not this time, but I planned to trade, and I did actually the last farmer's market for some produce, which was pretty cool, because it worked out for both people, both parties. But there's a wide variety of stuff that's locally made, and there's this stone ground organic fine cornmeal from the Wild Heart Farm, which is some pretty nice cornmeal, and it's a nice price. And they also have corn flour too, which is really nice and fine. And stone ground organic trical, which trical, to my knowledge, is like a rye and maybe spelt, I believe it is, together, so it has a higher protein content. It's better for you than wheat. I guess it's an older strain of grain. But and try to use the bag whenever you can. I have my fault occasionally of using plastic bags. Try to reuse them, or burn them like they do in Ecuador. No, don't do that. But that's what they do everywhere else in the world. Unfortunately, although I've seen it, and it made me change the way I thought about plastic. I think, we'll just throw the bottle in the fire. It's fine. What do you mean? There's no problem. And but if you know what the effects are, then you think, oh, there's a problem. This was some amazing lettuce that I got from these same people that I traded with. And it's this romaine lettuce, and I'm telling you, it's fresh. I just got the most amazing, buttery, like it's oily almost, but it's like this amazing natural oil. Really good. And they had tomatillos, and they gave me all these herbs too. This is purslane. This is also, it's like more of like a succulent, and you can put this in a salad or something. And it grows like crazy in your garden. This stuff will go wild. Most people think it's a weed. I mean, it is a weed, but it's an edible weed, which is cool. Some sage, which is very nice. Salvia, and also some savory, all of which are good in many concoctions. Good in soups. All these different ones are good if you're making soup. Look at that. Some tomatoes. The parsley. Got to buy them out of the parsley every time. And what else? Oh, yes. Apples, people. Now, we live in New York State, right? Johnny Appleseed and all. So, we have all these apple trees around. Have you noticed how many apple trees there really are along the roadsides, just waiting, asking to be picked? They're just waiting. So these are some actually local apples. Try to eat locally right now as we can. Although, I do eat exotic things, as you can see right here, because I have this vanilla bean, which I can't believe how much money it is, really. It's really kind of insulting, actually, because you can get this. Well, I don't want to talk about it, but in any case, I bought this once. Maybe I'll do it again. Probably not, hopefully. But vanilla, and I was hoping that our other second guest, who should be coming at some point tonight, could expound a little bit on vanilla and its good properties. Although it is, on my end, I know it does come from an orchid. It is actually an orchid, and it's dried out, usually sun-dried, and then put in little containers like this after they portion them up. You can get a pound of these, I have to say. You can get a pound of these fresh from certain places for $25.
Vanilla beans?
Yes, and these are $10 for 2 beans. It's like they're just, well, no one knows, so we'll just sell them for whatever we want. it's kind of like gasoline. They're like, well, no one knows. We'll just sell it for whatever we want. Oh, wait a minute. We can just raise the price $3. Well, no one can say anything. We'll just do it. Oh, well, they'll lower it a little bit just so they don't really freak out, even though they're already freaking out a little bit. Oh, and the last thing, which I didn't grow and I didn't get it from around here, but these raisins go really well with these, apples that you find. And if you had some honey, which you could, although it's been a bad year for honey, actually, strangely enough, my bees aren't too happy, I'll tell you. They're not doing too well. Well, not they're not doing too well. It wasn't a great year for honey production. They had enough for themselves, but they didn't produce an excess of honey, which is lucky for me that they had already built up. But I can't take anything for this year for us. I got to leave it for them. But that's what I've heard from many different beekeepers and apiaries, that it's been a very strange year for Mother Nature. It's been very kind of cool for us. Oh, it's not that hot, but for the bees, it's been horrible. They like it when it's really wet and kind of more moist, and the flowers are more moist all the time. But up next, we're going to have a friend of mine and counsel, Don Morgan, come on to talk about local economics and his vision of these things. We just cut.
Hi guys, my name is Don. I actually was going to try to experiment with using Aaron's knowledge of like natural herbs and vegetables to find a way that we could maybe like get each of us to just use like a couple pots and plants instead of just having like decorative flowers. Maybe just add a few herbs here and there and start experimenting and start exchanging ideas of ways that we could use them. So like, what could we do that's like a simple herb that we could all do that wouldn't take too much time to
inside your house
experience, to benefit?
Well, there's a lot of them that you could actually potentially grow inside your house. I mean, a lot of wild, like, mints, a lot of different mints, lemon.
So, I mean, basically, do herbs grow easily? Like, do they grow like weeds? Like, most of the general herbs, like mints, I see growing outside people's houses.
Everything grows differently. Some things grow really rapidly.
Is mint
usually weed means that grows something that grows vigorously. That's generally the term with weed. Something that's a strong.
So you don't like the term, you don't like the idea of weed?
No, I think that's fine. That's what it is. It's just like it's weed.
All right, so I'm just saying, like, herbs, is that a useful plant, or does it just smell good? I mean, is
what?
That like,
Which one?
Herb. I mean, herb. I'm talking about mint, or mint as an herb.
Is it a useful plant?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a very useful plant.
Okay. So I mean, what would you use mint for? Because I like a lot of my friends have like 4 or 5 different kinds of mint, and they just
okay. So you got
tea, obviously.
Right. So there's 4 different kinds, right? So one is like more peppery, right?
Yeah.
So the more peppery one is more stimulating, usually. Okay. If you wouldn't want that if you wanted to calm down, right? You wouldn't want something.
So it can actually affect your mood and everything.
Oh yeah, very much so.
So would you use like a certain type of tea for somebody who's like getting angry and stressed out? Yeah. Like what?
like passion flower.
Okay. Flowers.
Passiflora incarnata with you could put, depends.
Let's stick with like what we were saying about local stuff. Like what grows well locally?
What grows well locally? That's a good question. That would be chill you out.
I mean, it's not a nutritional. Lobelia, it's not really a nutritional
and
thing.
Flata would chill you out. A little bit of that actually, if you had it either dried or fresh with leaf, kind of. It's actually similar to nicotine, which is little plants about this high. It can grow about that high. And it grows usually by streams.
And you're saying it would be around here in the
wild? It's around in the wild. Yeah, I've picked it before. And actually, it's similar to nicotine, lobeline. It's not completely related, but it's similar. And you can chew it, and it's kind of this acrid. You know how tobacco? I don't know if you ever tasted fresh tobacco leaf, but it's kind of acrid and spicy.
Like bitter, sort of, right?
Yeah, it's more acrid than it. Yeah, bitter is. It's more like spicy.
Yeah.
Like it kind of burns your.
So what would you use it for? I mean,
you would use it for
basically what I'm trying to get at
for
is
chilling yourself out. Like you use it as
what I'm saying is like okay,
as a smoke or
we need to make a transition where we could actually take these herbs and make them and then use them.
The thing is, you don't want to eat. This is something about lobelia though, as an herb. You don't want to take too much of it. This is something general with herbs. Okay, I'll start at the beginning.
Okay, don't overdo it.
When you start taking anything.
Cut down on the herb, guys. Is way
well, first of all, eat vegetables. That's the first and foremost. Eat as much vegetables as you can.
Okay.
That was what my teacher told me.
Herbs are not a nutritional requirement.
Well, you can
no.
have some of more of the greener herbs. When you start getting
basil, parsley, stuff like that.
All things are growing good all the time.
They're not giving you vitamins though,
but
right?
Not that you shouldn't be using other supplemental herbs to strengthen you, but when people depend on them too much and not enough on their food, that's not really good.
Okay.
So that was the first thing, and
I'm saying what's gonna make our gardens more prosperous as far as like in-house. Like what's the easiest small garden that like a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know if I want to do a garden this year. What could you do on your off years that would still be?
What do you want to do? Something inside, outside?
Yeah, something light that you could put up in your window sills outside, like in the flower pots instead of just flowers.
Right.
But you could still use it.
You can do whatever you want. I mean, you can do whatever
you want.
You can grow whatever you want. I mean, that would be my advice to everyone. Grow what it is you want.
What about beans? I heard beans are like really easy to grow. Like all you have to do is water them, and they just
beans grow pretty easily. Actually, it's true.
Almost any soil, but they're not that nutritional either.
If you have a sunroom, though, if you have a sunroom, you're kind of set up, and then you can really get somewhere. But
sunroom,
yeah,
okay.
Sunroom.
Yeah, build a greenhouse.
Build a greenhouse. That should be the next mantra of America. Well, they did it. Everyone had victory gardens. I think that should happen again. I think there should be victory gardens should be rediscovered. Victory
garden.
For peace.
Gardens a garden that symbolizes peace or something?
Yeah. Which is trying to happen right now. Is that my understanding?
Oh yeah, the new 9/11
we are
building?
creating another community garden possibly?
Yeah.
And where is that going to be located?
Well, we're not sure. Maybe the Rick Holtz Field or maybe at the Andy Lee Field, at the rec field.
Okay.
Cool.
Same spot or?
Just expanding.
Oh, okay. I guess David was just saying that there might be a new community garden opening up in the area. So if you want to voice some support for that, you can contact your local town board, I guess.
Local town herbalist.
Town herbalist and start yelling at them.
I think the board is good too.
Yeah, the town board will work.
Yeah, definitely express your
support. Yeah.
Support.
Motivation. So what do we got here? Aaron's?
These are local apples, and people ask me,
They
look kind of weird and funky, they're all like black and. So
yeah, you know what that is? The trees need to be cultivated.
There's a blight in the tree. It's not as healthy as it could be, but it's absolutely.
Yeah, we need to work on the apple trees. The apple trees are being neglected, so.
But the apples are great.
Yeah, the apples taste good. It's true. The trees can do a little better, but the apples are alright. As long as you don't bite a worm or something.
We get one out there. Out of the park.
Currants or raisins? Raisin?
Yeah, currants. That would be good, right?
It looks like little mini raisins.
So we were talking about.
Why don't we have more grapes around here? They're harder to grow, right?
Speaking of grapes, the other day, this is my friend's property. I was driving by, I looked into his property, and I saw these huge Concord grapes. I'm talking big ones. And I was buying, probably, I don't know, got about a pound or 2 pounds.
2 pounds of grapes?
Yeah, and pressed them down onto 16 ounces of juice.
So juice or some kind of press is a good thing to have too, right?
Yeah, press would have been really nice. I just did it with my hands and with a strainer. I didn't have cheesecloth either, unfortunately. I still have the pulp, But I would like to those are amazing grapes. And they are growing around the area, actually. I have grapes at my house.
Like with the wild grapes, right? With those big seeds in them? Mm-hmm. What are you supposed to do with those?
Well, you can eat them or spit them out. You can do whatever you want.
I mean, what's really like the best way to use them? I mean, cook them or something, make tea out of them or something like that.
You can press them for wine or juice. Really good juice for you. You know?
I'm sure those big seeds are probably good for something. I don't know what, but
I don't know. I think it's probably good fiber. You know, the seeds are like,
just eat the seeds.
yeah,
no problem.
be like a bear. You know, you go out the other side and help clean everything
Eat
out.
the seeds and the stems.
You just gotta chew a lot. I think you actually might chip your tooth. Depends on you. You gotta figure it out for yourself.
So would I.
Up next, we have some special guests.
Do you know the special guest?
Do I know a special guest? Yes. But how do you really know anyone? But you know, I do know him, actually. And I'm awaiting his presence here. And we don't have another chair, but...
Natural, so we call it sensei. Shub shubby-doo, yes. Shub shubby-doo, sensei. Shub shubby-doo, lovely. Shub shubby-doo, sensei. Natural, and we call it sensei. Sensei, yeah. Sensei. Natural, so we call it sensei. Alright. Friday night come, someone to get drunk, drinking a tea, ready to tumble down. What I like is the dip on the irie house. Check my people, I dare some and know me now. Sensei. Natural, and we call it sensei. Love it every time, yes. Sensei. Natural, so we call it sensei. Good old sex, yeah. Some call it the healing of the nation, and has passed through each generation. There's no doubt that, and it is a common fact, doctors need it, but don't want to tell you that. Sensei, yeah.
And here we are with Chase Pearson.
Hey, Aaron.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. What you gonna play for us?
I don't know. I think I might do this one I just wrote the other day, called One More Time. It's kind of inspired by the election. Been having trouble getting my heart into it, you know?
Yeah. I hear you. One more time.
There's an old oak tree that's at my window now. It looks so tired, it looks like it could die. There's a hope in me, and it is dying too. It's getting hard for me to try. One more time, one more time. I guess I'll do one more time. One more time, one more time. Guess I'll do it one more time. There's a little girl who has lots of hope. She looks so pretty when she thinks that she can fly. There's an older man, and his hope is gone, and he knows he's gonna die. One more time, one more time. Guess I'll do it one more time. more time, one more time. I guess I'll do it one more time. Thank you very much.
All right. You got another one for us?
Sure. Trying to think what we should do. You know, we're playing a show tomorrow night in Saugerties
All right.
at the Pig.
Yeah, it's a nice place. They have dartboard and pool table.
Pool table,
Who's we?
food, Mechanical Bull. Mechanical Bull. And we got Chris the Loom playing with us tomorrow night, and Adam and Avalon. Alright. Keep with the political songs here. And I don't want to go to work, and I don't want to get a job. I don't want to have to borrow, and I don't want to have to rob. Just want to get away, and I don't want to look back. I want to get off the train on the American track. When I was young, we moved around, and I saw smiles and I saw frowns. I saw a girl I thought I loved, and then I saw her let me down. So I learned the art to care, and I got tough, and I wore black. And I jumped off the train on the American track. On the American track. And I saw white and I saw black. I saw the police attack. I saw people going hungry while the government got fat. And I don't like to complain, I don't want to be like that. But you can only take so much on the American track. On the American track. Stick your toe in the water just to see if you jump back. Things aren't the way they seem. Sometimes a mansion is a shack. And you can spend 100 years and you can never get them back. And they'll haunt you every day on the American track. Thank you.
Alright, that was pretty good there, Chase.
Thanks. You want a microphone? Or?
So you're playing tomorrow night?
We're playing tomorrow night at the Pig,
The Pig's right on Main Street in Saugerties?
or Partition Street.
Partition Street. What time's the show?
The show starts, I think, 9:30 or 10. There's someone opening up for us, Bill O'Brien, a Woodstock guy.
Do you recommend that venue, the Pig? I've never been there, but I hear a lot of things about it.
We like to play there. It's not.
Nice.
It's nice. It's just like a neighborhood bar.
It's a real bar.
It's just a regular
It's a
bar.
real bar.
And they're really nice, and they're one of the nicer places to musicians around here. They're always fair with us and pay us and feed us. And Ed, who runs it's a real nice guy.
Wait,
Like-
so they pay you to play?
I know it's kind of unheard of, but yep.
And it's a free show tomorrow night, so
And
just,
it's
you know,
come on down. There's good food. That
darts.
costs a little bit of money, but
Phone call.
Don't worry, in Woodstock they have darts.
Woodstock Tell-a-vision, what's your vision? Hello? Hello? Hello, can you hear us? Okay.
all right, I'll do a poem, I guess. You want to sing one more?
No, like you go ahead, man. I'm good.
Yeah. All right, we'll stay on the political wavelength. This I wrote in New Orleans just a few months ago. It's called War and Its Creation. Born dead as black shadows dig my grave. Tears go by on the bayou. New Orleans 2008, a domestic Iraq. Taking a right on Royal. Turning away from Elysian Fields. Turning away from the stench of death in the lower Ninth Ward. Turning from military martial law. Leaving the sight and sound of poverty. The greasy, corrupt politicians lining their pockets. In the distance, a dull dog barking. 2 killed deer on a broken levee. A pale horse runs across Washington Square. The French Quarter and Tombs intersect. I'm almost there. Where my mama always said, "Don't go, son." With one foot on the platform peel. My hand grabbing the bar in quiet desperation. My ears hearing, "What will it be?" My lips mumbling, "Whiskey on the rocks, bartender. Keep 'em coming."
No, never. Nice work, Gerard.
Thank you.
So I just got a phone call. Oops. I just got a phone call saying that we were pinky, commie liberals, and we need to get some more Republicans on the show.
I used to be Republican.
Pico.
But there we go. We have a former Republican on the show.
I got so drunk one night I did it with a Republican. That's a little harder. All right, who's coming up next? All right.
Today, you got to try to live right. Saying you're innocent, don't be enough. You got to try to make some time for love. Where is the justice between the rich and the poor? As long as we live and we don't care anymore. But don't look for better till we even out the score. Let's make some time for love. There is a message in the writing on the wall. Together we stand, but divided we fall. So come on, my brothers, don't you hear the Father's call? Let's make some time for love. Yeah. All that we need around the world today. All around the world. It's more understanding, cause we've got to change. Got to change. Saying you're innocent, innocent. Oh, no. We've got to try to make some time for love. Yeah, now. Got to change. Yeah. Where is the justice between the rich and the poor?
We're having communication difficulties with our leader. She's out in hyperspace, and her communicator is not working correctly. If you can have more dilithium crystals sent to her immediately, that would help us out a lot. Thank you very much.
But we were talking about trading, and here we have people from the Time Bank, people of Woodstock, fellow Woodstockers, from the Time Bank of Woodstock, on subject of trading, and they're talking about trading time. So, what is this we're talking about here?
Do you want us to tell you a little about it?
Yeah, well, we talked about it a little bit before, but tell us again.
How many people here have heard of the Woodstock Time Bank?
Are you a member?
One.
Yeah, I'm a member.
Oh, that's David, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, oh, yeah.
Well, I can start by saying I just moved up to Woodstock and about 5 months ago, and I was in Joshua's one day, kind of sitting by myself as usual, having a cappuccino, and there were a bunch of people in there, and they were talking to each other in pairs, and I thought, what's going on here? So naturally, since I'm very nosy, I said, what's going on here? And they told me that they were signing up members for something called the Woodstock Time Bank. And so I found out a little bit about it, and I figured I have my own house for the first time, living by myself in the country for the first time. I'm a city girl, and I need a lot of help. So it sounded like this was a group of people that would be able to help me. So I got a little bit more information about it, and I found out that it's a very large network. Currently we have almost 200 members, right. And it's an opportunity for people in this town to exchange services with one another without exchanging money, which a lot of us are kind of low on. So it sounded great, you know, and I started to look into it a little bit, and I figured I had some things to offer, and the people, there's a lot of things that they offer to me, so I decided to join it, which I did, and we're going to tell you a little bit more in a minute what it's really about, but just to say that since I've joined it, I've made dozens of friends in town. I've had lots of help around my house. This person in particular helped me stack my new wood, which is a new thing for me, and that was great. Had someone come over and help me fix my toilet, among other things. And I'm now doing publicity for the Time Bank as my way of giving a little bit back, you know. And also, I attended now 3 potluck dinners of Time Bank members, and each dinner, every month there's a potluck dinner, and things happen there. Like the first one I went to, people brought CDs and books they didn't want anymore, and they exchanged that along with the food and along with the company, and it's just a fabulous network to belong to.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I just got back from a potluck, but it was a drum circle done by Laurie and Nathan, and I had to tear myself away to come here, but it was really cool because they give you kind of an overview of drum circles and what's supposed to happen in them, and it was really great. And the food was good too. Basically, the Time Bank we're one chapter of the Time Bank. There's Time Bank chapters all across America and Canada and South Korea. Excuse me, not North Korea. And if it was in North Korea, we wouldn't know about it. In England and Italy, I mean, they're just all over the place. We had a chap come from the Israel chapter, and that Time Bank has, I think, something like 600 members. To cut to the chase, the basic thing about the Time Bank, the thing that all those Time Banks share, is what we're calling a complementary currency. And that currency is the simplest thing you can make up in the world, which is if you give an hour of service, you can go spend that hour on other services within that community. So we have about 185, 189 and counting members. And out of those members, we have services on the website of about 300, 400 different types of services, everything from a massage, dog walker, house sitter, painter, carpenter.
How do you approximate values?
That's the thing that's wonderful about this, is that like when you have in our regular money system, the value, we put it all onto the dollar.
Right.
And that dollar is, the only reason that we run after that dollar is because there's a scarcity of dollars. I mean, there's only so many dollars to go around to so many people. And usually all the wrong people get most of it. Anyway, but with the Time Bank, what happens is we all agree that 1 hour of anybody's service is equal to the hour of service I can give to you. So just the concept of that is revolutionary. And it works. I mean, there's like I say, thousands of different chapters all around. So that's how it works. And what the structure of the Time Bank is that there's a website. You register on the website, and then you clock your own hours. If you put in 3 hours, it's painting somebody's house.
Do you have any patent lawyers that are doing hours for hour with painters?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, not particularly patent lawyers, but accountants. There's lots of different. We have a grants committee. We have professional people who do write grants, which is like you get good money for that.
Yeah, because it's a different mindset than most people are used to, and that's the first question everybody asks too. You know, why would a lawyer give an hour of his time that would only be worth an hour of a massage therapist? But the point is that people are doing this, they're giving time that ordinarily they wouldn't be doing something. So, you know, they're not losing anything by doing that. They're not losing anything by giving their hour of law, you know. And then they get a massage, if that's what they want, or somebody to help garden, something they find valuable.
Right.
You know, society may not say that a gardener should get $100 an hour, but to the lawyer who really would like a nice garden, that's a valuable trade that person
One
can
of the
make.
things that happened to me when I'm an ex-painting contractor, and I was painting somebody's exterior, and so I'm up there and I'm thinking, this is kind of cool, and then I'm thinking in contractor mode, I better move my buns here because I want to make any money on this, and I realized, no, I'm not here for money, you know. And then I realized while I was painting, I was saying, I'm not really here for the person I'm doing this for either. I guess I'm really kind of here for me, because this is something I can do, I do well, and I like doing it. I mean, I wouldn't be doing that 40 hours a week, but it gave me a different sense of the value of what I did in the process.
How can someone get involved with something like this, and when is the next, meeting and information and...
Good question.
Contact.
We're totally unprepared. I mean, there is a phone number, and we do have the timebank.org website.
Okay.
Which you can
What's
access.
that?
Timebank.
It's community.timebank.org is what it is.
And that gives you the general information.
Okay.
That's sort of like the mothership, and then from there you can get into our site.
Sounds good.
And actually, pretty soon we're probably going to. Are we going to start the ambassadors in Joshua's?
Someone dropped their shirt.
We probably will.
Yeah.
We will be doing something formal for an intake meeting at Joshua's at some point, probably within the next 2 months or so.
Yeah. Well,
the phone number, you can always call on the phone number and get information, and you can join. It's pretty straightforward and simple.
Yeah.
I'm losing Aaron.
No, you're not losing me. I'm here. Fully here. So that sounds great. But is there another? I mean, you guys having another meeting soon that someone could drop in on if they wanted to? Right now that it's happening.
Yeah, we haven't had for a while because we have so many members. We haven't had an open to the public meeting, but we might be doing that soon. But if people want to get information, I wish I had the brains to remember the phone number and the actual website.
We're getting a caller.
maybe they know the answer to
Woodstock
that.
Tell-a-vision. Tell us what your vision is.
I know that person.
JELLO.
Can you hear us?
I'm just going to rave about the time.
Hey, we hear you, Journey. You're on.
Communication.
Hi,
You got more dilithium
call
crystal.
and say that the Time Banks is just a wonderful community activity. What's going on?
There's a lag.
Anyway, and I'm having a
Hi,
relapse.
Journey.
But I'm sorry. And I would like to say that I'm going to be back in October, and so if anyone needs anything, I could donate something. And hi, Debbie. I just want to say hi, love.
Hi,
nice
sweetheart.
To see you. Way to go.
What?
I can't. You know what's so weird? I can only hear myself talk, and I can't hear anyone else responding to me on the line. So I'm just going to say hi and bye. And one more thing.
Can you hear me now?
Do you guys know what time it is?
It's the herbalist. The herbalist.
It's
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 There we go. See you later.
Well,
trying to make a living kiss.
can we ask you guys who didn't know about the Time Bank what do you think of the idea?
I want to join. Yeah,
Right.
that's cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you trade music? Can we trade like concerts and stuff?
There's one person
And
on the
poetry?
site who's got a little recording studio. At least a couple of months ago, when David was on, he was doing stuff like that. He was.
Dave, you were on?
Yeah.
I'm on this time, man.
Yeah.
Time Bank.
Just another local eccentricist trying to squeak out the living kiss.
Okay.
Gonna write
We now have a
book.
theme song.
One of these days he needs a publicist. He's the local herbalist, the community consultantist.
How about the new herbalist is Sean?
The doctor don't go
Sean
to
can be the herbalist
him.
one more.
He's an herbalist.
Okay, Sean, give us some news here.
The local community socialist.
Okay.
But now we're going to talk about some other local herbs right now with my friend Sean here. Well, you guys could converse in the conversation as well. We could.
I know a little about herbs.
What do you guys know about local herbs right now? Anything about the plants that grow around your house right now? Zero.
Yeah.
What's that called? I'm new to this. Remember, I'm from the
Right,
city.
right.
It's a spice that grows around my house.
Spice that grows around your house.
It's a spice? Is
Yeah.
it a pot?
Wait, what the hell is it?
I don't know.
It's like a mint.
It's a mint. Okay.
Yeah, fresh mint?
Yeah.
Like a peppermint.
Yeah.
Fresh mint.
Right.
Echinacea.
Echinacea.
Yeah, echinacea is really
Yeah.
good. Echinacea is good for like your.
Do you
immune
grow
system.
echinacea, or it was already growing there?
It's all around,
Huh.
isn't it? It's everywhere, echinacea.
No,
Like that purple
it
flower?
doesn't really grow everywhere unless it usually gets planted. Echinacea doesn't grow everywhere. Not around here.
Really?
No.
Oh, because I see it all over
No.
my friends' houses. They have big bushes of echinacea.
Well, probably because someone planted
Oh,
it
yeah?
in the garden. Yeah.
That's why I need a gardener from the Time Bank to help me.
They have
Join.
those. They have those echinacea planters. That's what I do. I plant echinacea. I think it's some sage planters out there. So, yeah, but as far as plants, what local plants do you know around your house, my friend?
Well, you can get like plantain everywhere. It's like a little leaf. It's kind of got like an oval circle shape and then like a small stem. And that's really good because you can just throw that right in your salad or juice it or snack on it.
And it's also great for if you get stings or bites of any kind. Or
Yeah, you can do a lot with this one.
you can make a poultice out of it, and you can put it on the sting or bite, and it helps with inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get another song up here about nature and beauty? Is that possible?
Nature and beauty.
Nature and beauty. You got any of those?
Okay, we're done.
Oh, we got some produce up here. We're gonna bring the produce back up because that's really the star of the show. And yeah, like I said, the savory, which is so beautiful. Look at these beautiful little purple flowers.
Do they smell?
Oh, do they smell? Smell it. It's called savory.
Oh, wow.
And they say this is so savory. No, it's just because of this stuff.
Nice.
It's pretty amazing. It's so savory. And then the sage, which is so sagey. And then this kale, which is so
Kale-y.
Kale-y. This is good kale, man.
Where did you get all that stuff?
I got this at the farmer's market.
Wow.
That's going to be over next week. So
Yeah.
everybody, you better get out there next week and really make it a big jamboree. Let's all get on down. Which starts at 4 to 8 o'clock, and they're going to have some kind of music there and fresh local produce from people that are farming locally and trying to making it. They're making it for us and getting out there. So get out there and support them. And actually, like I said, I traded with some of them too. So you might try to see if they can get involved with the timeshare and time bank too, because
Good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah.
they were interested in trading with me for massage, and we were talking about it. And I paid for this, but I was such a good price. So how can you really go wrong? This is all permaculturally grown. All this is all organic.
Can I have some?
Yeah, you want some? Sure, please. Actually, what would you like? This, I'm telling you, this lettuce is like out of this world. I couldn't believe it. This lettuce is like, tell me, I mean, you know, look for grub, but this is not the butteriest lettuce you've ever had in your life. Is that, I mean, it's amazing, right?
Okay, guys, I think I'm going to have to cut you off.
You're going to cut me off from my buttery lettuce.
That show's coming on. Okay,
All right.
Take one last phone call. Here we go.
Yo, Woodstock Tell-a-vision, what's your vision?
Yo, my vision is to get rid of that plastic bag and whoever bought the organic vegetables.
You know, I knew you were going to say something about that. And I made a side comment about it before, saying sometimes you're not prepared and you still get the bag. And then I know Journey's going to call and get on with me about it, but I had the other one, which you can't see and is off camera right now, that says Keep Maui Green. But, yes, I did get it in the plastic bag. But don't you guys do it, don't you watch TV, except for this television.